Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is for you, wherever you are in the world. Once again, hello, my name is Rob, and welcome to the vidIQ Tuesday Channel Audit live streams. We do this every single week, and if you are a regular here, then do give us a heart emoji. That's what I want to know. If you're a regular here, give us a heart emoji. If you're brand new here, then just give us a simple old thumbs up emoji. Because I just want to know what type of eclectic mix of creators are joining us today. My name, as you already know, as I've already said, is Rob, and I am your host for the next couple of hours. Usually, we would do this with co-hosts, guests, and the sort. But today, maybe not, it'll just be me running the stream solo once again. So do bear with me if there are any technical glitches or if I make any mistakes along the way. That is how it used to be here at the vidIQ live streams. I've done this now for going on almost 7 years, and for the first 6 to 12 months I ran the show all by myself, and we're back to where it all started once again. To explain what we do here every single week, we know that YouTube is hard. It can be frustrating. It is also a lonely place as an individual solo creator. So what we try and provide here at vidIQ as a whole, and specifically in this live stream, is a safe space to talk about your fears, your struggles, the problems that you have with your channel, and some guidance, some suggestions, some inspiration as we take your channels as a canvas for a collective learning experience. So yeah, just bear that in mind as I am taking a look at your channels and offering the best advice I can, along with the community in the chat who is hopefully going to help us along the way. I tend to have a question just to kick us off each and every week, which is a little topical. And the question this week can't go any further than the Olympics, right? Everybody gets on board the athletic sporting bandwagon for 2 weeks every 4 years. So what I want to know in the comments is, which country do you support in the Olympics? And like maybe the sport that you think you're most likely to win a gold in. I am fortunate, blessed that I am a native of 2 countries now. I can celebrate the wins from both Team GB and Canada. But yeah, do let us know. I can see already there's a lot of Team USA fans here. And let's be honest, it's going to be the usual medal showdown between them and China at the top. But we've also got Asta Faster here from India. We've got Hi Seaby from Canada. Prime VR, they're not sure who to support. I mean, is there a VR country in Olympics? That'd be interesting to know. Yeah. Is there a VR Olympics? I'm wondering that now. Indoy, they're in Romania. We've got Emily's Fine Art over there in America. Team America. Hell yes. I think I'll dilute down that famous saying from a certain film. Got more people from the USA, India, Canada, England. Apparently, Asofo Powers is going to support vidIQ at the Olympics. I can play a little badminton. I don't think I would qualify, though, but I will try my best. France, supporting the home nations there. The Netherlands. We've got a lot of people here supporting their teams, of course, at the Olympics. Last one from Learn Spanish World, Chile and Australia. Dual citizens. Yeah, thumbs up for any dual citizens in the house today. But that's not going to help you necessarily with your YouTube channels, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So, as a brief introduction to this live stream, if you are brand new, let's confirm what happens over the next couple of hours with this quick little introductory video. This is your weekly YouTube channel audit live stream. All you need to do is use the correct link in the description, fill out the form, and we'll consider your channel for review. That's right, channel reviews are free, but you can send us a super chat and watch us discuss your question live on air. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We will share with you our knowledge, experience, and passion as fellow YouTube creators. I want to give a massive shout out and thanks to our moderators who do an awesome job every single live stream. And that's your onboarding done. What channels have you brought us this week? Boarding is complete. Also seen some more countries here. Cambodia, Serbia, Pakistan. All awesome to see you joining us on this live stream, wherever you are and whatever time it is. Final bits of housekeeping. Super chats, if you send them, try to send them earlier on in the live stream and do your best to make the question as approachable and as accessible to the entire community. It can be really hard to answer a specific question about your channel because we won't be looking at your channel specifically during the super chats. And fair disclaimer, we have hundreds of people watching. We have hundreds of people who submit their channels every single week. It's typically about 1,000. We're not going to audit every single channel, okay? And if you are just here for a channel audit which feels like a shout out because you're going to get some exposure, people aren't going to come to your channel and subscribe and watch because they're on this live stream. Everybody's here to learn something that they can hopefully invest back into their channel. So if you are just here for a channel audit and you're saying, when am I going to get channel audited? Did I miss my channel audit, etc., etc.? I've got to be honest, you might be in the wrong place because you're thinking too much about yourself as a creator and what you can get out of this, as opposed to thinking about your audience, which you should be considering all of the time. And that's what we do here. We're considering your needs and how we can support you on the YouTube journey. So with that disclaimer out of the way, let's actually audit some of your channels. And what we tend to do is audit the very first channel that's submitted on the form this week. And that is the case. We are going to look at the channel that calls themselves Tufts Studios. And as I'm auditing this channel, please do throw your comments into the chat. I'll try and pick some out if I can. It may be tricky to do this week, but any comments that I see of interest, I'll try and pick them out and add them to my thoughts. Tufts Studio has just cracked 1,000 subscribers. So first of all, let's celebrate that milestone. I do apologize if that was very, very loud. I'll try and put the volume down on that in case it was too loud. But they've just hit 1,000 subscribers from a relatively small amount of videos, 33. And what I like about this channel, and I know somebody's saying here, somebody just said, needs a channel banner. Who said that? The chat goes so quickly sometimes that I can't pick up these messages, but I saw it just flash by. Eventually, they'll need a channel banner. But I think channel banners and sorting out playlists, that type of thing, are always job 902 on the list of sorting out your channel. It's something that you do after 6 to 12 months. So it's not critical at this point. What is critical is the branding of your content. And if we just look at the thumbnails here, within seconds, you can tell that this channel is all about what looks to be pottery. Now, I might be incorrect with the specifics here. It may be to do with ceramics as well, but clearly this is a crafting channel of making items through such materials. And the thumbnails jump off of a screen in that kind of way, and I think they're absolutely fantastic. So it's obvious to the audience, whether they watch one of the videos or visit the channel, even without a channel banner, that they know they're either in the right place or the wrong place. And that's a good thing. You want to know if you want to stick around on this channel. Thumbnail-wise, I think generally fantastic. You're seeing the hero of the thumbnail in all of these. You know, what are they making? And they're in the act of making these, or it's just being completed in each of these, which is brilliant. The text, while I would say plentiful in some of these thumbnails, there's like 4 or 5 words of text, it is very readable. So it's a chunky white text with a black stroke, which means it contrasts with the thumbnail. Not a problem with any of these. What I would maybe suggest going forward as an experiment, because you're now able to do this with A/B thumbnail testing, is what would happen if you used no text whatsoever? You know, the entire weight of the explanation of a video is carried through the title, or you just use one word. That might be worth experimenting. But as I say, you have this baseline, which is pretty good, and you can A/B thumbnail test what you've got here. The view counts are a little spiky. You know, we have some videos that are around about 500 views, but then we also have other videos that are 2,000 views. An outlier here, which is 5,000 views. And what we mean by outlier is that it's performing well above anything else on your channel, typically speaking. And we've got a tool which also suggests this here with the 2.7 view outlier. So why could that be the case? And I will typically go to the conversation of total addressable market. It's called the TAM. And because you've clearly said here in the thumbnail and the title, this is a beginner's type piece of content on a, what would you call this? Like it's not a utensil. I don't know what I would describe this as, like kitchen cutlery. I don't know. I'm struggling. But people tend to make, what's the first thing you think of if you're going to do pottery? You want to make a vase, or a bowl. And so this is a beginner's guide on how to maybe make a fruit bowl and avoid the challenges of what that may cause. And, you know, that has the higher total addressable market. And if I saw by most popular, cake stand, that seems like something that would be typically made as well. So I would encourage the creator to maybe bring up a list of maybe 20 or 30 items that are most commonly made through this style. And then also 10 to 20 questions that would be typically asked as well in your line of work. And then start to make videos about that, because those will have a broader audience. But other than that, I can't fault this channel. I think the packaging, the thumbnails are excellent. The titles are typically good. They do repeat the text and thumbnails a little bit, but not all of the time. So there could be more of an attempt to complement rather than support what's in the thumbnail, if you know what I mean there. But the thumbnail tells you one thing, but the title kind of expands on it, or gives you like a new angle to the packaging. But beyond that, Tufts Studio, I think for where you are, 1,000 subscribers, you're probably well on your way to the watch hours as well. Good job. Can't fault you. So I think in that case, what we'll do is we'll move on to the first gaming channel that's submitted this week. In the forms, which are still open, you can fill them out and we'll potentially audit your channel later. This channel is Ultimate G33. And what I'm going to do here is just leave the canvas of thumbnails here for 20 seconds. And I want you to try and figure out an obvious pitfall or challenge that, in particular, gaming channels come across. And, you know, the first person who says this in the chat, I will add it to the screen, because it's pretty obvious what the potential thought here is for the creator going forward. Nobody's got it yet. All right, this is kind of a closest one. Panda Potter, is that right? I'm going to go right to the screen to read that. Panda Potter says no niche. It's not quite accurate. They do have a niche, but they have there we go. Somebody's got it more accurately here. My chat goes so fast that I can't, but I'm going to find them now. That's it. It is FIFA. Just checking. Can people hear me? Hope so. Wait, it went funny in my earphones for a second. So what they've done is they jumped from one game, which was Grand Theft Auto, to an entirely different game, which is FIFA 24, and a certain part of the FIFA 24 game. Wow, that's sacrilege now. I can't say that, can I? It's not FIFA 24 anymore. It is FC 24. And that is too much of a topic jump, I think. Sports, from like a sandbox game to very clearly a soccer sports game. However, this shift has resulted in some really interesting and exciting results here. Look at what happened when they moved to FIFA. Sorry, not FIFA. I'm going to have to slap myself in the forehead every time I say this. FC 24. 1,000 views, 2,200 views, 700 views. All right, then this one hasn't had a chance to really get going yet, but 200 views in the first 24 hours. Prior to that, it would take them weeks potentially to get over 100 views on Grand Theft Auto. So the clear message to this creator from the audience is that I am enjoying this FC24 content. I said it right that time. Well done, me. I want to see more of it. And I want the creator to lean into FC24 on this channel. Now, if Dan was here, we might start having an argument about whether we should have multiple channels or not. But I think if you want to carry on with your GTA content, I would put that on a second channel, to be perfectly honest. What I would probably do, actually, in reality, is set aside GTA for a while and focus on FC24 / FC25, because that is it's inevitable. New soccer games from EA are as predictable as the setting and rising of the sun. It's coming out in September, so get in your FC24 chops now and like learn how to make decent videos on this topic and create a production process, and be ready to lean into the updates, the rumors, the leaks on FC25 and take on that topic as soon as you can, because you have now started to build an audience here. I also saw somebody comment about the thumbnails. I actually think these are really good thumbnails, and I'll tell you why. All right, you can't, when you look at the cards here, you're not going to be able to read these numbers in this text down here, but you don't really necessarily need to do that. This is more of a visual association. You know these are cards. If you play the game, you know these cards are from FC24. So that's just to give you the association. What I think is interesting here is just the really powerful color, this bright pink. This is going to stand out on thumbnails versus other creators of FC24, I'm sure. And it also brands a channel. You know, when you see one of these bright pink thumbnails, it's going to be from Ultimate G33. So there's two simple things that I would like this creators to continue to do: is lean into FC24, sideline Grand Theft Auto on this channel for the time being, and do this, I would say, for the next 3 months. Like, you're averaging like 4 videos a week at the moment. I don't know if you're going to be able to keep up that cadence, but like 1 or 2 videos, and especially when FC25 gets released, because it'll be a trending topic and conversation throughout the gaming community when that happens. So there you are. Somebody saying is pink is the FC event theme color. Okay, I guess that is a bit of a shame, but it's attached to the game. You'd like to almost build your brand around it. So if there is a way to keep this pink coloring, or maybe you do follow the coloring of a certain event that's going on, but yeah, that just immediately jumped out to me, the thumbnails as they are. And as you can see, they're all kind of outliers, like 10x outlier, 6.7 outlier, all videos performing well above average for this channel. So that is an assessment of Ultimate G33. And at this time in the live stream, what I typically do is just take yeah, you're welcome, by the way, Ultimate G33. More than happy to help you, but I think you've definitely got a niche there. Let's stick to it going forward. The question I ask at this point every week when I remember, it's what we call Rob Wilson's Self-Indulgent Gaming Corner. I ask you what video game you're playing right now and rate it out of 10 in real life, rate it out of 10. So we're not talking 1 of 10 in the YouTube sense. We're talking 10 of 10 will be the best game you've ever played. 1 of 10 will be the worst game you've ever played. And if you're not playing video games, then let us know what hobby or passion you're pursuing, which takes you away from YouTube, gives you a bit of a break from it. I'd really like to know. Like, for example, how do I even pronounce this? UK Zoid playing Beat Saber. You think it's a 10 of 10? I think it's a really good gateway drug game to VR, but I wouldn't say it's the best game I've ever played. Resident Evil 4, 10 of 10. Again, is it the best game ever? I'm not sure. It is very good on VR, I will admit. Here we go. I think a fairer rating here from Grady Games. Roblox, 8.5 out of 10. Red Dead Redemption 2, I still haven't gotten along with this game. I have to be honest. We got Grounded. Oh, I've got to say here, Clash Royale all the way. I will confess, I played this game for about 3 years and I was totally addicted to it until all of a sudden I just stopped playing it. Now I play Warcraft Rumble because it's got better single player aspects and I'm addicted to that right now. Never put any money into it, just grind away all along. Here we go, Data Ray. I'm watching people get offended by the Olympics opening ceremony for some reason. If that's a passion and a pastime for the next couple of weeks, then enjoy that. Combat Master. Here we go. Somebody else who doesn't play video games. Nothing wrong with that. I like to write, make music, draw, etc. And that's good that you're taking your creative ambitions beyond YouTube and into other pursuits as well. Just to let you know where I am with my gaming interests right now. Still playing Lego City Undercover. Yeah, it sounds like a bit of a weird choice, but I'm really enjoying it. And what I've done is I've completed the missions, and now it's all about the collecting. And there are 450 Lego blocks, 300 characters, 200 cars or something. It's like an insane amount. It is like Grand Theft Auto, but in Lego form. Like there's no jeopardy to it. You're like, you don't die. The challenges aren't that difficult. It's just the sheer volume of collecting. I've got to admit, I'm enjoying my time on it. So that's what I'm currently playing. Continue to let us know in the comments what you're playing. Lego Pac-Man, Rocket League, Roblox, FC24, Gorilla Tag. Look at this. Unreal Engine is 100 out of 10, if you say so. Dan would love Shiba Ruki because he plays a lot of No Man's Sky. He keeps going back to it for some reason. Dan will be back, by the way, soon. He's just taking an extended hiatus. He'll be back pretty soon. But it's just me for now, and so we'll audit another channel. And what I'm going to remember to do here is bring up the screen before I forget, because last week I think I started talking about a channel for 5 minutes and I did not bring the screen up. Next channel we're going to audit doesn't come from our forums. It actually comes from another source of audit entries, because we run a competition on Twitter. Oops, sorry, I've said it wrong again. X. We run a competition on X most weeks where the most liked thumbnail in the thumbnail audit contest gets a channel audit. And this week's winner was Alex Gomez. And I mean, what can you say about this thumbnail other than it's near perfection? Like you can tell what the hero of the thumbnail is, not by an arrow pointing to it, but it's kind of blue streak line pointing to the ring. His, I don't know, not satisfied look, quizzical look, and then the price, and then the title, practical or pointless. I think that's a good way to introduce the potential viewer to the content. So Alex Gomez wins the thumbnail audit, and his channel is Cyber Scrilla. That's how I'm going to pronounce the channel. They do have a banner, mastering crypto wallets, security, and crypto tutorials. So I think what I like about this channel, in one sense, is that they are definitely going after a focused community and audience within the tech world. And ironically, and this is pure coincidence because I don't run the X form, it's Sorry, I'm getting distracted by super chat. What was I going to say? I was going to say, I've completely lost my train of thought. I'll just bring the super chat up now because I don't want to kind of miss it. Veteran tree service, like, awesome. Thank you for the super chat. But it's very clear that we don't audit channels based on super chats. And I appreciate this is a sizable super chat, but we don't want to create a financial barrier to channel audits. So I appreciate the super chat. I would love to refund the super chats if I could, but we're not going to audit channels based on how much you donate. So I do apologize if that is the case. And now I need to know how to remove a comment. Anyway, let's get back onto this channel then. So what I like about it is that they're already focused on a particular audience in a tech niche. That's what I was trying to get to. Because usually the interest for an audience can be as shallow as iOS or Android or iPhone. And there are so many tech channels these days that it can be a very competitive space. But Scrilla has definitely decided that they're going to go after the wearable crypto and payments sector, which is probably underserved, but also the other challenge is that there might not be a huge audience for this topic, and there may never be a huge audience because it may always remain a bit of a niche area. And the coincidence I was trying to get to was I'm actually in the market for a potential smart ring, but I want one that combines both the health data metrics, can track your sleep, heart rate, etc., but also has the NFT component of it. Sorry, not NFT, NFC component of it that allows you to do payments. And I haven't found a ring that exists yet that does that. So I don't know if Scrilla is here. Let us know in the chat. I'll probably miss that chat anyway, but yeah, it is a weird bit of tech right now, but it doesn't combine the two, I think, vital things that I would want in a smart ring. But anyway, going back to the channel, you can see that they have like a really healthy, consistent view count, which is typically in a range of between 5,000 and 10,000 views, which is very strong for the size of a channel, which is just creeping over 13,000 subscribers. But yeah, the concern for me here is what is the potential ceiling for this channel? I think they may want to test this. I'm just going to check the most popular videos. They have one video, an outlier, which is over 100,000 views, and it's like the biggest TAM, total addressable market type of video that you can do, which is a listicle on the best. I'll assume cold wallets are ones that have the technology that blocks scanners in them. I'm guessing, maybe, and maybe that's got a bit of a wider audience. And also, the next biggest viewed video is a wallet tutorial. So I would encourage, again, this creator, along with all of the regular pieces of content that they're making every single week, doing reviews on specific products and answering specific questions, I would be encouraging this creator to think of 5 to 10 basic listicles or tutorials that try and approach the biggest audience possible. Because at the moment, you're in an audience gathering phase, and I think you will be until and if you reach the silver play button. Like, you want to get that, you want to have reached millions of people with your content to determine how many of them are going to hang around and watch your content on a regular basis. Because I think another problem you have is that once somebody has made the commitment to buy a ring or a payment card, they're probably done. It makes your content feel a bit utilitarian in that I'm going to watch your videos to get an answer to a question, but I'm probably not going to follow you on a regular basis. So I think finding out what that potential biggest target audience is important. And then also trying to track the journey of somebody who buys something like this, that maybe encounters problems in 2 or 3 years' time to need to renew the subscription, potentially of the card or the ring. Those are the sorts of things I would be considering. But this is all like deep strategy stuff. You've already nailed the content, I think, really strongly. And also what I would say is, on just another tiny note, is your branding is almost perfect. What I do see is it looks as if sometimes you just haven't quite made up your mind on small branding elements, like what text am I going to use? Because looking from thumbnail to thumbnail, it just moves around a little bit. And I just think this kind of italicized font is the one to go for. I think it has that branding and consistency that just really leans into your type of content. And I am proud to say, whoop-de-doop-de-doo, I have now some assistants. So let's bring in Travis. Hey, Travis.
Hey, yo.
Early. How's it going?
Thanks early. I don't know. Somehow I woke up early. I don't know how that happened. And I saw you here by yourself, and I just felt so bad.
Thanks. So, it's really appreciated. Well, I was going to bring you in on the next channel, but I feel as if this is a channel that might interest you. Scrilla. I think they focus on crypto wallets and like rings that have NFC payment types in them. And I was just kind of rounding up. I thought it was an excellent channel, but anything else you might want to note here of interest?
I mean, the entire industry changed from 2020 to now as far as like this sort of channel. It went from put anything you want in a thumbnail and do anything you want because everyone's watching to like, oh my gosh, I actually have to have a good YouTube channel now. So it's kind of funny. This looks cool. It definitely has a more modern look compared to what has been out there in the past. So I dig that a lot. The views are really good. It looks like he's doing a little bit of ring stuff or whatever. What is it? He's got like a ring.
Yeah, so I think he started off with payment cards, but now these cards are transitioning into payment rings because there are rings now where you can put if a ring's got an NFC card, similar to how you pay by your card. I'm actually thinking of getting one of these. If you can program a ring so like you literally go up to a payment point and just
cool.
and make a payment.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. I mean, that's kind of like what you've been able to do with your phones and stuff. That's great. That's dope. I mean, if that's here's the thing: are those affiliates? I mean, we better be. You would hope so.
All right, that's one final good point. I didn't think about that aspect, so we'll click on it. And what Travis is noting here is that cool, the channel may be monetized, earning a little bit of ad revenue, but this creator is going to earn so much more from these types of
probably.
links.
Yeah, that looks like an affiliate link. Smart man. That's how you make your real money. That's how you make your real money. Is like forget about the YouTube AdSense. Like that's where he's making his money. Because
go ahead.
Because like 9,000 views on a video, no matter what you need, well, almost no matter what niche you're in, is what, like $50 or something?
Less than $100, yeah.
Yeah, and that's before tax. However, if like 100 people from that, and he has a decent percentage of that, he blows that out of the water very fast, very fast.
Let's say one of it, I think he was saying that the cards were like $100, where you buy a set of 3 for $70. So let's say he has 10-20% commission on that, so every sale is $15. As you said, Travis, 100 sales is $1,500.
Yeah, the thing about it is people don't think about this sort of thing. They're thinking about YouTube like money. I can't wait till the YouTube money comes in, which is not always great. This is where you make your money, and this is the way that you can leave your part-time job or your full-time job and do YouTube full-time.
Just want a bit of a shout out here for you as well, Travis. Here we go. This will make you smile.
Hey,
God, was that loud?
No, it was fine for me.
It sounds really loud in my right. I'm going to put that down a little bit. All right, let's move on to the next channel, which is Happily Ever Elsie. They have 1,450 or so subscribers, 72 videos. What is interesting here is I think they've done a lot of shorts, but long form videos, they've had 2 outliers in the last month. And again, what we mean by outliers is previously this channel was getting like 12 views per video. And all of a sudden in the last 2, they've leaped to thousands of views. What I find interesting and brings up the challenging conversation in particular for these types of channels is as far as I'm aware, it is a channel about a child's adventures, I think, in theme parks. So when we click on one of these videos, what you'll notice is, no.
I figured that. Weird. I actually knew this was going to happen.
Well, this has thrown me because this has got 3 comments, but
hasn't thrown me at all.
If I click on this one,
and 0. Yeah, this hasn't thrown me at all.
Comments was disabled last time. That was a bit frustrating.
Oh, you looked at it before?
I checked before because I thought it might be content made for kids, so that there were no comments, but clearly not.
I mean, fair, but no. I mean, this actually doesn't surprise me at all. This is exactly what I thought would happen because you look at how long it's been around. It hasn't been around that long. You look at like the fact that the first word and everything is the child's name, and it's not like this child is famous. And I get it. You love your kid. You want them to be kind of the next YouTuber. I get it. So you go out and you promote the video, probably using the YouTube promotional tool. I get it. I totally get it. What about the YouTube Shorts? Are there a lot of those?
Let's see.
A couple of those. Kind of around the same. Yeah, go to popular. See what's the most popular. 4,000, a couple 4,000s.
4,000s.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're pretty clear like where these subs came from, and it's fine. I get it. Like you want your kid to be big, but I think it's really important to understand the concept of just because you have subscribers does not mean you have views. And we talk about this on the Boost quite a bit. Subscribers does not equal views. So to try to like promote your channel to get more subscribers, and we literally actually even on the vidIQ channel talked about using the promotion tool within Studio and how it actually doesn't do anything for your channel long term. I just want you to put your mindset in taking the time to learn how to make a good channel that people would like to watch versus trying to pay to win, which doesn't work on YouTube. It's your better use of the money would be to help up your promotion or up your production, or learn how to edit better, or whatever the case may be. So that's
this is under the assumption that you think they've potentially used a promotion tab, right?
100%.
Might not be the.
No, 100% it is. I would put so much money on it.
Okay.
I've been doing this for like what 6 years. I would put so much money on it, which is not. Listen, it is what it is. It's fine, but yeah. I guarantee
I'm not 100% convinced because I think the engagement rate suggests that there are hundreds of people listening, organically watching this and reacting to it. The one thing I was going to note as well. Can you hear it, by the way? I've tried to put the audio.
Not really. Like I hear it through your speakers.
I'll put it.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
One thing that I find cute and endearing about this is that the creator, at the moment, clearly they're learning how to create content, and because of that, they're using these clear templates from whatever video editor they're using to add like the multiple pictures and like a roller coaster thing in the background. And also, if you look at the thumbnails, we've talked about this in the past where I smell Canva templates here,
which is fine. I love
from
Canva.
That font and that kind of starburst background and the way this text is put together. Now, there's nothing wrong with that to get you into this content creation space, but eventually you'll want to move away from it a little bit because it kind of gives you that templated generic look. But I mean, I'm going to say at this point, let's say for argument's sake, Travis, they aren't using promotion.
Okay.
Just to indulge me for a second.
Sure.
Continue to lean into this concept of you're taking your child on an adventure to theme parks. And I think that's probably what's going to be the through line in the content. If you then maybe go back home and you're like opening some presents or like reviewing toys, I think the pitch kind of changes a little bit there. So especially during the summer holidays, which is in the UK, building up a collection of content, because it looks as if you're going to publish videos like one every 2 weeks. How much content can you record over these next few weeks while you have the opportunity to then film beyond that? would be my encouraging advice. So.
I see we were talking about monetization. This thing came up. Travis Rob, can you make a video about different types of channels that can be monetized with affiliate links? What Shelly does, if you do the boost promo, which I think is ridiculously cheap right now. Do we have a link in the description?
Not specifically today.
No. Okay. If you take advantage of Boost, or if you are a Boost member, we have in what used to be our group coaching section, but now Boost members have access to a couple of videos that I did with a couple of creators and people in the field, at least 2 or 3 hours straight of like how you can make money without using YouTube AdSense with affiliates and a bunch of other things that I didn't even know about. They're phenomenal sessions. And they just straight up are like, if you want to make money, do it this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. It has nothing to do with hoping that you'll get AdSense. It's fantastic. So you'll have access to that right away. And it would be more in depth than I think even like a 7 or 10 minute video that we would do here. It's really worth it. Great stuff.
Agreed. I think there is a video coming out soon, which just kind of tickles the surface of affiliates, just showing you how you can make money before you monetize through the YouTube partner program. But as Travis says, I think for a topic such as affiliates, you really need to get into the detail and the nitty gritty. And that requires more than a 10, 15 minute video that we typically do here on the main channel. I'm going to start playing the music now and change the background because we are going to do some super chats. And the first super chat is from Brandon's Recovery. They've been a member of vidIQ now for 8 months, which is awesome. That means you can use the custom emojis. So flood the chat with custom emojis now, and you get a custom sound effect for this week's live stream, which was that. We've got another super chat here from Grady Games. Hey, Rob, let's have a good stream today. Let us know. We're 40 minutes into this now. Is it a good stream? Is it a bad stream? Vote with the thumbs and let us know with more custom emojis if you have access to them. The Debbie Way Gaming, they've been a member now for 12 months, which means that they get a completely different sound effect. I'm still trying to remember if that is from Windows 3.1 or a Mac OS from the 1980s.
I think it's a Mac, I think.
Someone let us know in the comments if they can remember. Data Ray, $5. I have a 1 of 10 super outlier going on right now. That's what we like to hear.
Great job.
Yay. But should I post another video now or wait for the views on that one to level out first? Okay, let's discuss this. What do you think, Travis?
I always tell people if they had something that's on fire right now and doing well, have a video ready, but don't release it until you see the views starting to go down, and then try to time it so that, because the thing is, especially with a good video, sometimes it goes down and then goes right back up. So you kind of want to know that it's not going to return back up and hit it on its way down and then release the next one, which hopefully should be topically related. Now, by the way, ironic timing, this week, I'll be releasing a video on this channel about how to do bingeable content to get into suggested, which kind of goes along with the answer to this question of like what the next video should be after a video you make. So watch that video here on, I think, Thursday for what type of video should be next. But yes, I would wait until it starts to kind of just start to go down.
So this is where where your head's gonna explode, Data Ray, and you're gonna think, who should I trust? For me, I wouldn't wait. Right, I would lean into that outlier and make more content now. And the reason for me is, you've just had all of these people watch this outlier. You want them to watch more of your content. And so what's going to happen is when you release that next video, which, as I rightly agree with Travis, should be tightly linked to that same topic, they're going to see that on the homepage and think, oh, this creator was made for me. Their videos are exactly what I'm looking for. So you're bringing those new viewers back to become regular viewers. But that's just my opinion. And YouTube education often is a lot about opinions. So
it's Sophie's choice now. Who do you throw off the boat? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but the reason why I say the way I say it, and not to discredit anything you just said, I think you should really just listen to the two of us and make up your own mind. Is you are doing basically a video Sophie's choice. If you release it while it's still being browsed everywhere, you will crush it. 100% happens every single time. because people have to make a choice, and then the CTR drops on one, and then it is what it is. But listen, do what you do. That's all. That's all that matters. Just do what you do.
I'll guess what the final thing I would add is maybe my experience comes from the fact that the topic was trending. So like I wasn't going to wait for that trend to expire. It was like
sure.
The PewDiePie versus T-Series thing, Travis. It was like, well, I've released a video, but now this news story's just come out 2 hours later. I'm not going to wait 48 hours.
No,
I need
that's
to get that story out. So
there's
that to think about as well. All right, we'll call that conversation a draw. Mickey's Gaming Oasis. What is the ETA of a video, and why vids and LS are being placed as restricted? You stated last week it was coming soon. Oh, when is the video about restricted views coming? I can tell you that. Travis, you might
I don't even know about this. What is this?
It's the one you've already seen, which I've shared with you ages ago.
Yeah, it was good. I thought that was already out. That's why I was like,
no, it's on the calendar, but because we have so much other stuff coming out now, it's not a time-sensitive topic, so it's not coming out yet. But I can tell you, I'm checking the calendar in the background. We actually have a calendar here.
Believe it or not, we are somewhat organized.
It is coming out on August the 9th. So that is a week on Friday. Your
video is going to be restricted for the next couple of weeks, and then you won't know why.
I still need to make a thumbnail for it and a title. I think that's what I'm tied up on right now, because everything else is just kind of I'm vomiting out content, but that one I still haven't figured out how I'm going to pitch it to the audience. But it's made and it's coming soon. Maybe it's one of them I should put like what is it? I'll make it available for members. But again, it still needs a thumbnail and a title.
Yeah, you should. It wouldn't even, well, we need a title. Wouldn't necessarily need a thumbnail for that. That's cool.
Cheap Psychology 101. Unless it's a tech video, the type of content that we do cannot be scripted in advance. Any good advice for writing a script to fit a video?
The type of content that we do not script in advance. Okay. So unless it's a tech video, the type of video that we can, I'm trying to do the grammar in my head, and it's like not even 8 a.m. I'm trying to wrap my head around the grammar here. It's probably correct, but I'm like, unless it's a tech video, the type of content we cannot script in advance. Any good advice? First, listen, I don't script stuff, so I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite for me because I very much script my content. I guess what I would say is that if you're going into a video with an idea, then there's probably some intent around it. And from that intent, you want to have a general idea of the narrative of a story that goes into it. So the structure will be based around that. So that doesn't mean you have to script it, but you do have to cover these certain points about opening up a loop, creating curiosity, creating multiple loops so that when one ends, you create a new kind of challenge, so that it keeps the audience engaged and on their feet, so to speak. That's the best kind of worst way I can put it at this point, because as I say, I still heavily script our content, and that's kind of something I want to explore as well, like being more spontaneous. And there will be frameworks and structures around being spontaneous, but also having a framework around it, so it creates something cohesive at the end of it. I don't think that's a very good answer, but that's the best one you're going to get out of me right now. This feels like a Dan question. He'd have a good way to answer that. Eddie's Gaming Shorts. I just started. I don't know what I'm doing. Help.
I love that. That's great. My answer to that is yes.
My answer is, well, my Rob Wilson answer is always, if you don't know what you're doing, just make stuff for 6 months and find out whether or not you enjoy YouTube. Because if you get good at YouTube, then you want to know that you enjoy it. Because I think a lot of people like the idea of content creation until they actually do it. The audience can come later. But if I was to give you some specific points at this point, would be try and figure out who you want to make videos for, so your target audience, and why they're going to care about your content. What's like the shared philosophy, the shared struggles, dreams, goals, that type of thing. And make content loosely with that in mind. to begin with, or just make content so you can learn how to film, edit, thumbnails, write scripts, do the process, repeat it 20 times, and you'll become a better creator in that sense. We got a super sticky from Travel 12. Awesome. I hope it was brilliant. We can't see it, unfortunately, here on StreamYard, but I'm sure everybody else enjoyed it. Prime VR. Why do my shorts, here we go, the first conspiracy question of the week. Why do my shorts get capped at 10,000 views, even though my engagement is good? Like 70-80% viewed instead of scrolling and 80-90% watch the full short.
So it's funny. The video for this is done. It's on the. Is it being released this week, tomorrow on the Boost? I don't remember, but we did the video on this, on like kind of going this a little bit. TLDR. There's no like definitive answer, but there's clues, right? So we kind of did a little bit of a dig into shorts and stuff like that, and kind of figured out some things. So that'll be on the Boost channel, the Boost by vidIQ. We can put a link in the description. Any of the mods can put the link to the channel there. It might be cool. I think that comes out, I think it's this week. Yes, I think it's this week. I think it's like tomorrow. So hopefully that helps. But the long and the short is that it tests against a whole bunch of people. And then as soon as it fails, as soon as it can't find people that are interested, it stops. But what's interesting is we found, 2 weeks ago, that 10,000 was a weird, like a number on certain channels.
Yeah,
like
we were auditing channels and they were all capping at that.
It's very weird.
I'm going to add a hypothesis. Maybe this is right or wrong. It could be that, yeah, your shorts are performing really well. But the problem is your topic of VR might have a cap in the shorts feed so that it sees all of the audience and then it's not sure where else to share it. I'm not explaining this well, but I'll try my best. I'll try my best and continue. So what I would suggest you do is find other creators who make VR content and are doing shorts. Find one of their most popular shorts and almost literally remake it, but in your own style. So that you're almost copying the title, you're almost copying the message in there, but you're turning it into your own style. And just see what happens to the reach of that short. That would be the experiment I would test to see if it breaks through that 10,000 view cap, because your metrics seem solid. I would be happy with 70 to 80% watch instead of swipe away, and the watch time seems good, unless they are super short shorts. So yeah, that's all I can kind of theorize there, but I wouldn't say that's an answer. And yeah, just to repeat again, Veteran Tree Service, I really appreciate the super chat. But we don't audit channels based on super chats. But again, thank you for the.
But you know what? You could use that same amount of money, get Boost, and then go to the private Discord where there's a whole bunch of experts that would literally do that for you 24/7.
Yeah, indeed. I was saying I'd love to know how to refund a super chat, so we're able to do that. We've got Neptune Scrape. Thanks vidIQ for all the free advice and videos. You are most welcome. We will continue to offer all of that free stuff. Just bear with me. I'm going to clean up some of these super chats because we've got a lot that have come in. I'll close all of the ones. And I think now Grady Games is just confirming with another super chat that the stream is doing very well. So thank you very much. Appreciate the follow-up super chat there. The Create Outdoors just hit 1,000 subscribers after 10 years. That is true dedication.
Love it.
It will happen to everyone eventually. Keep going. Awesome stuff. We have a question here. UK Zoid. Thoughts on Mr. Beast's new website? View States. I think it's View Stats. But hey, it proves that the creator industry is expanding, and if we as a collective team of software developers and educators can have a positive impact on creators and continue to grow the industry, I'm all for it. So well done on Mr. Beast's success there. And yeah, they've built some tools. We're also building tools, so don't go nowhere. And here's a question. Does Mr. Beast do channel audits for 2 hours every Tuesday?
I don't think
I think not. but maybe he's the smarter one in that sense. All right. Bullet warning. I'm a Roblox YouTuber with 77,000 subscribers, I will assume. Used to do vids on one game in Roblox and had a good community, good likes, posts, views on stream. I got more views and subs, but don't really have... Hang on, what's it saying there?
But don't have as good of a community.
Where? I'm confused. They have a
it's
good...
like, I have a good community, likes and posts on streams. I get more views, but don't have as good of a community. So I think... Wait, hold on. I'm a Roblox used to do one video game in Roblox and had a good community, good likes and streams. I get more views and subs, but don't have as much of good.
Have they changed something? There's something missing here. That's confusing me with the question.
On one game and had a good. I get more views and subs, but don't have. I think what they're saying is they probably changed to some other type of content, maybe even within Roblox, and now they don't have as much, and that is completely based on the people that are watching that particular type of content. The other thing is, if the content that you made before is drastically different than, even if it is like Roblox, there are different games within Roblox, is drastically different from the new stuff. It might take a while for the people who are really hardcore in the community to come over to that, the new content, or even if the numbers are the same, sometimes people aren't as, they just want the answers and they don't necessarily want to be a part of the community. They're like, tell me how to beat this thing. Okay, I'm good. I don't need anything. Whereas another part of the game could be like, well, this is the whole point of it, is to have a community. So you have to consider that as well. Maybe
trying to measure the investment of a community into the new thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're able to do that in some way.
Yeah.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the super chats there. We do have some more. We'll pick them up a little later on. So bullet warning is the one.
Should we do the Old Man Gib one though? Because that's kind of substantial.
Well, yeah, I guess we can do these two kind of now. Yeah. Like Old Man Gib, it is July, but Old Man Gib continues to be Santa Claus, gifting another 50 vidIQ memberships. So we're talking about using these emojis earlier on. You get these custom emojis. We're going to do some more of these emojis at some point. I keep forgetting to ask Dan to maybe create some new ones. They're coming. So some people are going to get some memberships. Still don't know how that works. Kind of a joke now that I refuse to learn how that works. And Planko and Chill. Am I reading that right? Planko and Chill gifting 10 vidIQ memberships as well. So 60 people, more than almost 20% of the audience is about to become a member at vidIQ, which is brilliant. So enjoy it. Whenever you get it and however you get it. More super chats to come later on now. So I'm just going to remove them two messages and I'm going to click the screen in the background to do that.
Oh, is it claw time?
We'll do a little bit of this. Yeah, it's the claw. Maybe now the second oldest serving thing on this live stream behind me, maybe. I don't know. Here's how it works. If you are new here, we have this claw and it's going to pick some numbers. These numbers represent the forms that have been filled out by you over the last couple of hours to see whether your channel is going to get audited. So we're in completely random mode now. We don't know what we're coming across. So we send the claw into a ball pit and it picks out a 115. 115 brings us to this channel and we just launch ourselves into it and try and audit something we haven't seen before. And the channel is called Doua to Anime. Maybe I've pronounced that wrong. I'm not entirely sure. They have 1,000 subscribers from just 7 videos, which is pretty impressive work. Well done. And a few shorts there as well. So my guess is that the anime they are covering has high demand for audience interest, but a low supply. Or you just had like an incredible first video that has got 300,000 views.
Yeah,
And
I would
what I
click
want
that.
to go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, I would click that and read some of the comments to see if you can figure out like where they came from. Sometimes that happens.
All right, I'm gonna
Power systems in anime.
let the volume run in the
These powers are
background.
intricate, notably knit
low.
and the ever-perplexing landscape of cursed energy that has recently taken the spotlight. A very common system that Shonen loves to use is those based on magic.
Look at that. Finally, someone talking about world triggers. See, there's always clues in the comment section.
Yeah.
Many of them lack depth.
Always clues in the comment section.
Typically, these systems pigeonhole.
So there was another comment underneath that would said the same basic thing. Like there are
All right, yeah.
So the thing is, you can find these clues. You just got to know where to look. This sounds like it's an underutilized what is it? Underappreciated kind of segment of the community that really is hungry for it, and just maybe not a lot of creators are making content on it. There are a lot of communities like this that exist and are big, but no one's making content about them. And it only takes one person to go, I like this thing. And everyone goes to it because it's like, oh my God, someone's finally doing it. And if you saw the first couple seconds, it's pretty good quality too. So unsurprising.
Yeah. What I'm noticing here is that most of the content on World Trigger, if I believe that is the series, are shorts. So for you to be one of the few creators operating in long form content, I think is a good place to be because you're kind of dominating that space. And I also don't want the creator to get discouraged by the fact that, all right, you had this uber viral video for you as your first video, and then the subsequent ones have got 13,000, 3,500, 4,000 views. You're still operating above average for the amount of content you've put out on YouTube. So don't let that discourage you. I guess the things that I would be doing here is, as we just did a quick search, finding out what other conversations and topics creators are talking about with this anime, and then leaning into them with your own thoughts and opinions. You could also try the typical format style videos, which is like listicles or verses or opinions, or the titles that kind of create a what I might call like a cognitive dissonance, where you're saying one thing which goes against the grain of what everybody else thinks about this anime. And another thing, as a question, is how long does it take you to make these videos? Because it feels like a video every month is quite a big gap in terms of cadence. But I don't know how long it takes you to make the videos. They could be really require a lot of deep research and editing to put these videos together. But I don't know what else to suggest, Travis, other than that. Like the thumbnails seem pretty sharp and branded to me. You've identified that there's like a hole in the audience market here, so continue with this content.
So click the link in the about. I'm just curious, like how big that their first channel is. The other channel there says other channel. Right there.
Oh, the VTuber one. All right, I didn't realize they had the second channel.
Yeah, it's not even
Smaller.
any bigger. It's like it's smaller than this channel. So yeah, I mean, and this just goes to show that like sometimes you're doing one thing, and then you're like, you know what, I want to do something different, and you do something different, and then that's the bigger thing. So I love this. This is a really cool example of how YouTube actually works. I think a lot of people figure like, oh, they have a secondary channel, must be a big channel to shout this out. Nah, bro. Like I've seen so many things in doing this job for the last 5 years that none of this surprises me. This is why I went to the comment section of that first one. Some people thought it's because I thought that they were botting views there. I totally didn't. I actually knew what was going to happen. And exactly what happened was we figured out that there's a community of people that are being underserved by this type of content. And when they found it, YouTube was like, oh, I know a bunch of people that like this stuff. And then boom. So very cool stuff. Yeah, if they can do more of these more often, I think they would be at like 10,000 subscribers very fast if they could do one a week. But maybe it's just it takes so long. I don't know.
Yeah. I've also noticed as well, I think, Travis, in just the title of this first one feels more accessible and approachable to a wider audience.
Yep.
The most underrated power system in anime. So World Trigger might be the canvas they use to talk about this. But I feel as if even as maybe a very casual viewer of anime, I would find this a more curious title than, say, World Trigger and the HXH effect. That means that you've got to really know about the specific anime.
Yeah.
And some trait within that anime, whereas this has all the
Mhm.
wide appeal for a big anime audience.
Agreed.
All right, cool stuff there. Doua 2 anime. Let's now audit a gaming channel.
Next.
And we're at 338 for gaming channels. And I think what we'll do is we'll audit a few from the claw, and then we'll do what Travis likes to do, and then just go completely random with those who are watching live on air right now. We'll do that in a little while, so we've got a bit of time. Channel 160 is the next one to look at. And they have 4 subscribers, so this is a brand new channel. I'm not going to do it by putting it in Google search, am I?
You found them.
What am I doing? Hang on.
They came up in Google's.
Let's start that again. Why search for Google? What's happened here?
Uh-oh.
What have I done? Oh, it's not me. I know
what is going on there.
It's because they've missed out the colon, I think.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, I can't find it. Well, if you don't put in your channel name correctly, I don't know what the channel profile is going to look like either. So, sorry about that. We're just going to have to do 161.
Oh, Avais.
Right. We'll try this channel, shall we?
Yeah.
Adventure Team.
Adventure Team. That's what you and I are. We're the Adventure
578 subscribers.
All right. So what do we got here? Duck Detective. I love it. At first I thought that was like the DuckTales, but then I looked at it.
Yeah.
It looks more like the
now
Dollar Tree
the
version.
theme tune's in my head.
It's a
Sing
great
it
show.
along
Okay.
with me, everybody. Just don't sing it out loud.
Woo! Yeah, that was a good show. Okay, Fortnite, Duck Detective, Pokemon.
Might solve a mystery.
Now we need to find and play it.
DuckTales.
Woo.
I do this at least once a year, and I just start singing the DuckTales theme tune.
What? You have what? Once a year?
Yeah, in the live show, maybe twice a year.
You do?
Life is like a hurricane.
It's a
duck blur. Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a duck blur. I can't forget it. It will not leave my head.
Oh boy.
Anyway, where were we?
Okay. Paper Mario, Duck Detective, Pokemon, and Fortnite. What do these things have in common?
I don't know.
I don't either. Other than their video games.
They are video games, but beyond that, we're not sure.
Yeah.
Now, what this finally allows me to do, actually, Travis, and I spent about 20 minutes making this before we went live, and I'm going to try and tweak this. I actually put together a vidIQ bingo card of stuff that comes up every single week.
I love this. Go, let's go.
Well, I need like 2 or 3 people on the live stream with me to put this up together. Like, I guess for the previous one, which was about anime, we could have maybe highlighted like inconsistent upload schedule, or like there was a bit of a gap between uploads. For this channel, Adventure Team, as you say, what's the combination between Duck Detective, Fortnite, and Paper Mario? I mean, I know that Paper Mario and Fortnite are pretty different games.
Yeah.
So on our bingo card, we might be doing something along the lines of unclear niche or target audience, gaming, but beyond that, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
no,
I think that's it.
Maybe I'm supposed to do that rather than the circles.
We might get bingo.
You know, hopefully what I'll be able to do is offer you these bingo cards in the future, and you'll be able to tick off as we're going through the channel.
I totally want to do that. I'm not even joking. I totally want to do that.
And then another one might be Pokemon card unboxing. Okay, that's now not a video game. This is now in real life stuff. But this thumbnail with these cards, like a collection of cards and text at the top, I think what would be highlighting here is low quality or cluttered thumbnails. I think for that particular one, because you've kind of gotten away with it with the previous thumbnails, and they've used potentially a loading screen. Although we do get a bit of similarity from video to video if you do that, but these thumbnails here, I'm not sure what my eyes should be looking at in these thumbnails. So I don't think it's going to catch my attention. You know, when I'm scrolling through thumbnails, what's going to catch my attention? I don't think it's going to be these Pokemon cards per se. And one would argue is Pokemon cards actually about gaming? And I would perhaps counter not.
Yeah, the problem is that you have a problem with someone liking one piece of content, and then the next time you upload something, they're not necessarily interested in that. And the more that happens, the less likely it is for YouTube to recommend your content. And that's all we're saying.
Unusually, this channel has actually kept a fairly consistent view count, despite jumping through these different topics until we get to this one. You know, everything's above 200 views or above 100 views, which is unusual in itself. But it's not going to lead to I would suggest a growing audience on the channel. You'll have maybe one or two outliers of random stuff. Like you got this outlier one for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. And then there's another one there. And like, so you had a bit of a theme here. You had a bit of a theme with Hogwarts, but it's from month to month, topic to topic, you're not going to maintain that interest. Or the views are going to kind of stagnate around about 500, it looks like here for this channel.
I agree.
So yeah, what we were saying basically is these two parts of a bingo card. I don't know if we've covered anything else yet on that, but I'll try to remember. Let's pick another channel. Let's pick a non-gaming channel again. Reset the numbers. We're up to 468 here. And we got channel 232.
Yeah, all right. Mod Smash.
Oh, look at you, you cheeky devil. Look what's going to happen here.
Oh, he's trying to get us to submit. Look at that.
You're going to try and get us to subscribe, are you?
Subscribe, yeah. Smart guy. I love it. Listen, props to you. I love that. By any means necessary.
I'm still not subscribed. RenderRides. Okay, 42,000 subscribers. So they've had some prior success. Videos they make typically these days are getting in the region of like sometimes as low as 1,000 views, sometimes as high as 30,000 views. So what is causing the spikiness here for the creator? Let's try and workshop this a little bit for a few moments.
Well, I mean, this is the 11 months.
So yeah, there is a significant time gap as well that you've identified here, Travis. Yeah, they took a big break and have now made 3 videos in the last month. And for you to still be pulling in like 12,000 views and 9,000 views after a big break does prove that you can take a break on YouTube. And if your content is valuable and original enough for the audience, they will return to your content. So don't ever think that you have to be on the YouTube hamster wheel all of the time.
Yeah, I mean, they took a long time off and still got some great views. Again, I think like the thing is, 3D animation. Okay, it's a lot of 3D animation stuff. And the other thing is, there's not like there's a ton of creators in this space, so you can kind of get away with.
Oh, have you just muted there, Travis? I can't hear you. Hello? Can people hear Travis? I've lost Travis. This might be me, though. I'm trying to figure this out. Travis has just left for a second. Travis's mic keeps dropping. Okay. Hopefully he's going to fix that. I guess just like judging the last 3 videos, because you took a big break, we look at how to create a perfect looping animation in Blender. That might be a very specific solution. or question is being asked by a small subset of users of a program. So it might be very, very, very valuable for them. But in terms of a broader audience, how popular it is again. So again, we're talking about that total addressable market within animation and the blending tools that you use. You're now asking kind of a broader question here. Will this AI replace 3D modeling? So the existential threat question, I think, is going to have more interest in it. And then talking about a piece of software in general, will Blender 4.2, why Blender 4.2 is the most hyped update? Yeah. And people like updates as well. I like being constantly touching base with a creator about what's going on in their world. So I would say for consistent views of a high degree comparative to your channel size, these two are definitely the ones to do. And of course, you are going to want to make these videos that do answer specific questions if you enjoy making them. But I guess think about the return on investment. Like if there's not going to be a huge audience for it, then maybe you edit less or you put less resources and time into it, whereas you put more effort into these bigger video efforts. I think that the thumbnails are of a generally high standard. I'm in dark mode, so these thumbnails kind of do blend into the background a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. The text is clear and easy to read. So yeah, I think these are the two videos that you want to be kind of targeting going forward. I'm kind of just dismissing everything else because there was such a long break, but you have the experience here. I think, you know what, I'm going to watch the first 10 to 15 seconds of the most recent video. I'll put the volume up so hopefully you can.
Long before it's released.
I think you should do a little more. I like that hook in the first 18 seconds. You kind of laid down the reasons why you're making this video, some credibility yourself, and the kind of questions it's posing to you. So if it was scripted, excellent script, or if you just can casually converse with your audience like that, brilliant as well. And so, yeah, just keep it up. I'd say get into, I guess the biggest challenge for you might be the commitment to consistency. So given that in the last month you have made 3 videos, can you continue to do that up until the end of the year? So that will be making 3 videos a month or a video every single week on this topic. All right, let's move on to the next channel to audit then. I'm not sure where Travis has gone. I'm not seeing any messages from him at all. Maybe he's had to reboot his computer or the power's gone out. Who knows? But it's just you and I once again. And we're going to look at the gaming channel section here. So it's 359. And we're going to pick channel 335. 335. There we go. That works this time. And we have KaneLion, who comes to us with 3,000 subscribers and a channel, I'm guessing, about either Roblox or Minecraft, possibly both. And there's a channel that's been around for 4 months and has made 10 long-form videos and some shorts. With 3,000 subscribers, I'm guessing maybe you've had some success with shorts, and that does seem to be the case. Let's just confirm. You're a long-form channel. So what it looks to be is you have had success with shorts, and this is like another one of these potential conspiracy theory shorts channels whereby the limit for my shorts seems to be 20,000 views, and my shorts will get up to around about 20,000 views in or around, and then they just peter out, which can be maybe a bit puzzling and quizzical because, you know, in the past you would often have these viral shorts. But I would continue to practice with shorts. Oh, I think Travis is back. How you doing, Travis? All good?
I'm not even going to explain it. Anyway.
All right. All right. So we're looking at KaneLion. They say they're a long form channel, but I looked at their shorts first, and we have another one of these examples whereby they seem to have this shorts view ceiling, which is around about 25,000 views, and that's it. But I'm encouraging them to continue to make shorts, even though they long term they might not want to do this. And this is something that I always recommend to shorts creators trying to create long form content is let's try and gradually increase the video length of your longs, as opposed to having shorts that are 30 seconds or less, but long form content, which is 5, 8, 7 minutes. I actually want this creator to experiment making some long form content, which is actually more of a short. You know, it might be 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes long, but it has that same narrative and style to it to introduce an audience to the long form content in that way, as opposed to just leaping into this longer form stuff. Because it may be that your audience doesn't enjoy videos that are 5 minutes or longer, or you're not yet skilled enough to take your short form skills into a much longer piece of content as an experiment. What do you think?
I mean, it's definitely a way of thinking of it. It is harder to do long. Well, you know what? It's weird because they're both difficult in their own way. Yeah. For shorts, you have to get to the point much faster.
It's a different discipline.
It is. So to think that, like, if you're successful in shorts, that you're going to be successful in longs, that's not necessarily true, and vice versa. For long form content, even if you think you're getting to the point fast, it may not be the same in shorts. Now, again, that doesn't mean you can't have both. You can, of course, but it's rare that they're both going to be of the same success. You know, you're going to have one that's more successful than the others.
I think we should do it. I think we should watch one of these shorts and then the first 20 seconds of one of the longs, just to see if there is a difference in style. So let's say, is this a world record?
Minecraft, but last player standing wins. Let's go. Get off. Nice. Get off. Nice. Get off. Nice. Get off. Holy, we're going crazy right now. You too? Get out of here. Why am I on fire? Zoglin spawn egg. Hit him. Are you actually kidding me?
I'm going to pause the short there because I think we're a third of the way through. So you're using quite a lot of time. And I was actually getting a little bored watching this short because it felt as if you were just repeating the same thing over and over again. And I thought maybe we need to move on to a different part of a narrative. So with that in mind, let's watch one of the longs.
Just real quick, why does he sound exactly like John Scott?
You tell me. Maybe the brothers.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to be trying a cracked Minecraft server and comparing it to our favorite premium Minecraft servers. Okay, so the server we're going to be trying today is the Pika Network. Dude, honestly, 1,900 players is not bad. I assume there's some other cracked Minecraft servers that have like way higher player counts, but this one seems pretty good. Okay, I've just joined up in the Pika Network and okay, dude, that Pikachu actually looks dope. Looking at some of the players, I think.
Oh, what do you think to that? It felt fairly sharp.
Fine. Yeah, it felt fine. I don't think there's anything particularly missing, so to speak. I think you just got to kind of grind it for a while.
Maybe it's the idea that's not exciting. Try and crack Minecraft servers.
Yeah, I mean, what does that even mean? Like, it's very vague. How are you going to stand out? Not saying you're not, but I'm saying, like, is this the thing you're going to use to stand out? I just don't know. I don't know.
Maybe the thumbnail needs more enticing. Like, I tried a cracked Minecraft server. Cool. Give me like the most shocking or exciting thing that you find in a cracked Minecraft server, whether the attributes are just off the scale or there's something in there that you wouldn't typically see in Minecraft, as long as it's for a broad audience, or unless you want to get your videos restricted. Maybe there's not enough excitement in the thumbnails, and maybe that's the thing that you're missing, the skill set. For shorts, you don't need to make a thumbnail. Maybe these aren't creating enough curiosity for the viewer when people are scrolling through.
Yeah, totally agree.
All right.
Before we go to the next one,
yeah,
I was reminded, Slavguard in the chat reminded me that I said I was going to do something on the podcast. I sent a message in private chat if you'd bring that up. On the podcast, on Tube Talk podcast, we had talked about that we were targeting a particular channel on YouTube to kind of as our North Star, not the Boost YouTube channel, not vidIQ.
Yeah.
And we didn't give hardly any clues at all. And I said, hey, if someone can guess it, I mean, on these like 2 clues, which are very vague, then we'll do something cool for them. And someone guessed it. I don't know how the heck they did it, but they did. And it's this channel. And I said, well, I guess I'll audit your channel on the live stream because I was amazed.
So this is another reason to listen to, download, subscribe to the podcast, because it gives you another opportunity to get our channel audited.
Yeah.
So all right, let's throw this in right now, Travis.
Yeah.
SEM Comics. They are 11 subscribers shy of 1,000. So one big monetization milestone.
Yeah.
They've been at this for a while. They've been grinding away 300 plus views, channel videos. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And my guess is, from how the thumbnails are structured, is that they're literally reviewing comics.
I mean, that's the guess. Hulk versus Ghost Rider. Yep. Paradise Lost. From the How are the Mutants of NYC? I think so. Yeah. So what they are relying on, and I would probably challenge this. I think it's important to not rely so much on the big text and more rely on the front of the comic. I would think. Do you agree or not agree with that?
Well, what I want to desperately get into is the content itself, because what I'm worried about is how these comics are shown to the viewer. But yes, in the sense that showing any of these comics which are so detailed makes it really difficult to see exactly from the thumbnail, because the text is dominating more than the comic, and then the comic itself has text on it at the top, which makes it difficult. I'm wondering if you want to take a particularly action-packed cell or image from the comic, as opposed to, because like you judge a book by its cover,
mm-hmm.
but what you're doing here is you're judging a thumbnail by the cover of a magazine with a text next to it.
That's true. That's true.
So it's like double judgment, and I don't know if that works.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I'm a little worried about is if I click on one of these.
So maybe I was a little bit hasty. I read Absolute Power #1. Green Arrow is on the Mail Waters task force, and I don't know why. He might have a legit reason, or he could just be being an asshole. I don't know, because I haven't been keeping up with Green Arrow. So
pardon the language,
I don't know the circumstances. But all I know is when he showed up in Absolute Power, it surprised the YouTube people. The link to the playlist will always be in the description for you.
So figure that out. Reviews,
we don't want you to do anything right now. So the original Treasure, which used to be,
he's actually talking about it.
So he is,
yeah. Already has.
So he is talking about the comic itself. But what I am a little bit worried about is that you're also showing the entire comic over these 7 minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
There might be a copyright issue with that. Just as a warning.
He sounds like a guy from the Boost Discord called Watchtower. He has a very similar voice, so it's funny. But yeah, you definitely have to be careful, because that is still copyrightable. Like you can't. I think it's fine. Some of the stuff you're doing where you're talking about things that are happening, and then kind of showing in the background is fine if you don't do it like we don't know that this is the entire comic, but it implies that it is. And if it is, that's a problem, and you definitely need to stop doing that, because it's copyrighted. They can come after you. It's probably harder for the system to understand that from like the system that does it automatically. Like what is it? The claiming
content
system?
ID.
Content ID. It probably doesn't work as well on something like this. But if you are doing that, then I would ask you to probably stop doing that right away and just concentrate on a couple of pages, maybe just a little bit here and there.
Yeah. What creators typically do is create conversations and ask questions in the packaging.
Mm-hmm.
But what it looks like here from the titles is that Fight for the Future, The Power of X. That's the magazine. That's the comic I'm going to show you while I talk about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is transformative enough.
Right.
In my opinion, it's difficult. It's almost like the director's commentary of it, but it's not the director's commentary. It's a fan's commentary while the comic is just being shown. It's being exposed on the video.
So remember from the video from the session with when we talked about
Ian
copyright.
Corzine.
Yeah, Ian Corzine, where he said you can't take the heart of that was the thing that stuck out to me because we never really had heard that before. But that would definitely be the heart. If you're showing like everything, you're showing the heart of the material.
So there may need to be like a big rethink about how the content is packaged, which is then going to influence how you talk about it in your videos.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. It just how I saw one of those videos and how they're titled and packaged. And I was trying to look at the about section and the description about if you mentioned anything about, hey, this isn't copyright or that, and you don't include that. But
this is weird. I read a little bit of that, and remember I said that it sounds like the voice sounds like one of the people who's in our Bruce Discord. This guy's also in the military. He said he was in the military. It's so strange. Maybe they're like, if they're not the same person, which they're not, because I can see this person's face. They might be. They probably would get along. So I would love those two to connect.
But if you see, as I go along the timeline, you can just see that it's a series of images scrolling from top to bottom, which is how you would read the comic.
Right. That is worrisome. That is worrisome. I love the idea of talking over it.
Sure. Yeah.
But I definitely would have an issue with showing the whole thing. Now we don't know that that's what they're doing. It might just be 3 or 4 pages they're just looping over and over and over again. But if they're going through the whole comic, that's definitely problematic. So you just want to be careful. That's all.
Right, let's tidy up the super chats that we have here. We've got 10 of them. Don't send any more super chats because we won't have time to read them out or answer them. The first one comes from Olaf. Oof, I'm a hunter. Cuphead challenge videos have been popping off lately, but I want to do other challenges with different games. Do you think that will affect my views? Yes, I think it will affect your views.
Yes, 100%.
Now, what you may be able to build upon here is if you do the same challenge in every single game, that gives you a through line to explore whatever you want. At the same time, I don't want to put you off. I would say experiment, try, see what happens. Because let's say you typically get 1,000 views per video and you say, right, I'm going to try another game. And then I only get 200 views per video, 200 views on that video. That doesn't mean that if you go back to your old content, you've suddenly lost your audience. They'll just see it on the homepage and say, nah, I'm not interested in that game. I'll wait until the creator plays Cuphead challenge again, which is what I want to see. But unless you test it, you're not going to know. And YouTube is not a system where your channel is made of glass. And if you make one mistake, it just shatters over the floor and you can't recover. It doesn't work like that. So don't be afraid to do these experiments because creators succeed and grow when they do experiment. Bald in Japan.
I love it.
How high of a priority list should I put good background for my talking head? I have a decent lighting and a pretty good mic, but no idea about background.
Depends on whether or not it's distracting. Just make it not distracting.
Yeah. It's I would consider this window dressing. Like the fact that you've got the lighting and the microphone sorted is the most important thing. And then you can, like, as I've done behind me, like just slowly but surely dress it in a way that gives it more of a feel of, I guess, Japanese culture, if that's the aim that you're trying to do. But you don't have to do it all at once. Just build it slowly over time and try not to worry about it. If people are not watching changing your background and making it look amazing is not going to be what brings in a huge audience. It's just another 0.5%, 1% of quality on top of a reason why your audience is already watching, typically speaking. Beyond Every Valley asks, I did a live stream and was happy with the number of views, watch time. When I clicked a few days later, views and watch time had decreased. How is this possible? LOL.
They do clean up certain views and stuff after the fact, a couple days later. And then also, if you only checked it a couple days later, that's 9 times out of 10 what it is. But if you check much later, sometimes the difference is the little drop-down menu goes from like when it was published to when it was released, and those numbers are different. But generally speaking, what you're probably seeing here is it cleaning up some numbers, it merging people. So if someone left and came back, sometimes that counts as 2, but really it's 1, and all that sort of shenanigans. Yeah,
TLDR, don't sweat the numbers if there's just minor fluctuations, which happens a lot more with live streams.
Yeah.
Tome, what advice do you have for content creators on the verge of falling from grace, like Mr. Beast?
I mean, you got to just be honest, I guess, and get a PR team. Weirdly, I've been asked by a specific large YouTuber that's having some interesting fallout in their community for advice and stuff, and I've been on calls with them, and it's been really interesting. It's very interesting.
I think you summed up the best. Open, honest, transparency, and let the audience will decide. I think the challenge is that people love to see the underdog become this like superstar, megastar, and the next thing,
and then immediately
a certain portion of the audience want to do is see them tumble and crumble and get destroyed.
100%.
And that's just an unfortunate cycle of celebrity, I guess. We'll see, but we're trying not to get involved in drama and politics on YouTube. It's just it is a negative, toxic vortex. I don't want to get involved in it.
Yep.
I want to help you and say hello to people like Mossad Dragon. Daragon. Let me try that again. Mossad Daragon. I think I've still pronounced your name wrong, but you've been a member for 6 months, so you get this sound effect. I always want to start humming a Stone Cold Steve Austin theme tune. One time, Travis. Espirito Outdoors. What kind of thumbnails would be good for an outdoor and mountain activities channel?
Maybe of outdoor and mountain activities? Question mark?
It sounds obvious and silly, doesn't it? But greens, blues, trying to be authentic that you were actually there. There can be a little bit of treatment on it, like you could saturate the background, maybe put a stroke effect around you if you want to emphasize certain things. And another thing would be just the 3 creators who've inspired you in that space, look at their thumbnails and take the elements that you like from each of them and create something new and interesting and exciting. That's going to take some practice as well, but that would be my basic thoughts around that. Jeep Psychology 101. Is it a good idea to create collaborative videos with other small YouTubers channels within the same niche?
Yeah, I think it's great. I did it when I was a small YouTuber. We did a little challenge that I thought was lots of fun. It got of the small community we had, did pretty well for us. I mean, we were really small. I think we were like 500 subscriber channels at the time. And we got hundreds of views on the videos because, we would both average a couple hundred views per, and we told each other about the other channel, told our channels about the other channel, and they just kind of cross-pollinated, and it was lots of fun. It can be super fun, absolutely.
I'm wondering what, this might sound a little odd, but I think perhaps the value might not necessarily be in the collaboration itself, but the networking opportunities and time you spend with that creator, maybe before and after you make the video. Because I think all creators have a lonely experience creating content until they find the right communities and team. And if you have this direct contact with somebody, I'd say try not to let the collaboration end with the end of a video. Like, stay in touch and like maybe create a mastermind kind of group around it where you all, that, going back to Mr. Beast, that's how he improved so quickly, is and he had a group of like-minded creators and friends who all just thought about YouTube 24/7 and they spoke about it all the time. And so think about what happens after the video collaboration.
literally did the same thing in my first year on YouTube. 100%. We had our own Discord, which is why some of the private Discord exists here on vidIQ, because it was such a good experience for me. I wanted to share it with more people. So now we got it on here at vidIQ.
LOL, DuckTales, woo, song stuck in everybody's head now. And if you were born after, what, I guess, 1995, just do a Google search, listen to that tune 3 times, and that's it. It'll be there. It'll be there. War Maniac. I've begun to realize almost all the popular creators in my main niche are using unusual tactics, some of whom don't even use a custom thumbnail on vids, but have received thousands of views. What can I do to improve my own? This is a tricky conversation, I believe, because I could be wrong about this, but you may be looking at the biggest creators in your niche who are just throwing up whatever thumbnail they want, and they're going to get views anyway. And one reason is they just have a big community, and they're going to see a video from that creator and they're going to watch it regardless. But it also might be the case that they're missing out on potentially loads of views as well. They may be making a mistake not making a custom thumbnail. But this could really depend on the topic and the niche. Like, it may be a vlogging type of niche where more of a raw, in the moment, captured freeze frame might be more attractive. So it's hard to answer definitively. Curious if you have an alternative viewpoint here, Travis.
No, I agree. This is a vague question. We can only give a vague answer without knowing exactly what's going on. Just continue to improve on your own content, see what type of content in your niche is working, and try to create your own spin on that. Is 99% of the time what helps.
Generally speaking, well, again, we have to say this so often. Generally speaking, putting time and concerted effort into your thumbnails is really important, because your first impression counts. But for larger channels, they're done with that first impression because they've touched most of the audience in their niche, so they can pitch things in a different way. So just always following what the top creators do can sometimes be a little misguided. But I say that with huge caveats, because it could be in your niche, these basic thumbnails are clicked on more because of a niche. More gifted thumbnails. Gifted memberships. That's 75 memberships that have now been gifted in this live stream, which is incredible. Thank you, Polanco and Chill. Remember, DuckTales is going to be in your head all night. Light T Games RPG with some super of some kind. Thank you. And Called Out. Will playing copyrighted music that says it won't affect my channel keep me from getting monetized when the time comes? I've always had a opinion about this. I don't work for YouTube, so I could be wrong about this. But let's say, for argument's sake, that you gained 80% of your watch hours through videos that had copyrighted music on them, meaning that the content was already monetized and earning revenue for YouTube. But all of your other videos without copyrighted music bringing hardly any watch time. Why would YouTube need to accept you into the YouTube Partner Program if the majority of your videos make revenue from copyrighted content?
Right.
But that's my opinion, and I could be completely wrong about that. I'm just looking where's the incentive to be in the YouTube Partner Program if your content is going to be copyright claimed anyway.
Yeah. Unlikely, but who knows? I'm sure it's gone through for other people.
I haven't found an example of a channel yet that can show me that they've gotten to the YouTube Partner Program through copyrighted content, and all of a sudden they've gone like clean, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then they're thriving. Maybe just that example just hasn't presented itself in front of me.
Okay, we got We got a couple minutes to do the thing that everyone wants. We know this.
All right.
We know it.
That's it. We're done with super chats. Don't send any more. Thank you for all your super chats today. But we're going to do Travis's favorite thing now, which is when I find the right buttons to press. It is. Where do I need to go? I need to bring up a new tab for this. We do a kind of a hard reset on the channel audits, whereby the forms are now useless. Don't fill them out. Because what we're going to do is, I want to pause the music. We go here, and we just need a phrase from you, a word, and you need to type it out. And Travis, you're going to let me know what that is. What do you think we should put into there?
What's been? Oh well, you know, something that we'll probably talk about when we get out of the end is I yesterday got to see Deadpool and Wolverine. It is so amazing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time now. So let's do hashtag Deadpool, because what an amazing movie that was.
I'm glad you didn't get me to do another hashtag such as well, it would have to have been hashtag Let's Go.
Or dead. It actually could have been DuckTales. That's what we should have done.
That's what it should have been.
That's what it should have been.
Right.
Dagnabbit.
Anyway,
here we go. Here they come.
We'll wait until this goes up to 100, and then we'll start drawing out channels. And these are now super random. We just hope you have a unique enough channel name, so that we can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. That's the first one. Now I try my drum roll sound effect. See if I can time it correctly. Because often I'm too early. Oh,
that was pretty close.
I got it that time.
That was pretty close.
By Avais.
Oh, there it is, right there. Second one. It's the orange thing. Yeah, right there. It's the second video. Yeah, right there.
Well, first of all, congratulations on 1,000 subscribers.
Hey. What is emotional intelligence? A lot of brain stuff. I like that. Deep stuff. Understanding time and space. What is continental? Okay, 1 minute. So what is the takeaway from this entire channel? History of football. Looks like a little bit of everything. Looks like they're kind of doing a little bit of everything. So what's on the bingo card? Are we on the bingo card for that? Or have we already done that?
I think we've kind of done that, which was like unclear niche or target audience.
Yeah, we've already done that. Yeah.
I'm wondering as well, unclear goal for the channel. I might just tick that one for this one, because let's just click on one of these.
Hello and welcome to our video on the process of voting in Great
That's
Britain.
what I thought.
Before we start, if you can hit the subscribe button.
Just from the thumbnails, I sense this might have been a heavily AI driven channel.
Yeah.
And we have to stress there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But given that let's try the history of football as well.
Hello. In this, we will be going through a brief history of association football from its beginnings to where we find it now.
Is association football a
but
thing?
Before that, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Thank you. From ancient ball-kicking games to the modern global phenomenon, football has a rich and diverse between 200.
Okay. It's a fairly slow pace. I thought the delivery there, and there was stock footage and B-roll. So this is your classic faceless channel, and I'm actually, I would say, surprised and somewhat encouraged by the view counts. I think we've seen many faceless channels which don't even crack 100 views per video.
Yeah, for sure.
You seem to be in that space, which is good. But if I was to ask Travis, Luton Town manager idol. No, let's ignore that one because that's 3 years ago. Anything in the last month we'll look at. So we'll say understanding how the brain works, to history of football, soccer in your case, to how does the UK voting system work, to what is continental drift. How many of them touch your interests?
I would maybe look at the human brain one. And then if any of those other ones were suggested to me, I wouldn't watch them.
Yeah.
And then YouTube would stop recommending the channel to me.
So I think what the creator needs to think about is the channel would maybe be about the human brain, maybe about emotional intelligence and psychology. Those might be connected. That might be one channel.
Sure.
And then another channel might be, well, so we got a football quiz here. So those two might be connected. That might be another like football history channel. They need to really nail down a particular topic, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I would say.
Yeah. All right.
And focus on that for the next 10 to 15 videos. Whether it be human brain, football, politics. These are all very different topics. And you're jumping from one topic to another. And I think there's going to be a lot less tolerance and patience from an audience when they know it's AI as well. Because there's immediately my question is this just a script that's been copied and pasted from Wikipedia? Where's the credibility? Where's the source? There's always going to be that challenge with AI content, and that's just expanded. That scrutiny is even more when the topics are quite sporadic as well. Yeah. I'm kind of laboring on the point there, but I think you know where I'm going with this. So I'll stop there, I think.
Yeah. Next up, who's the next big winner?
250 people have now entered.
Fish the Legend San Diego.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find this one because I think their channel name is longer than
Oh, it's longer than that.
Yeah,
you probably should not have such a long name. Let's start there.
Let's see. Oh,
there they are.
There we go.
Sportfishing. Okay.
First result. Well done.
They want all the name in there. Okay. Cool.
5,000 subscribers, trips,
very nice.
Trip recaps, tackle tips, fishing techniques, and more.
The Legend San Diego Sports Fishing. I don't understand why the name's so long, but some great views here. So the videos are good. That's awesome. Giant foamer bite. That's cool. Your biggest bluefin tuna. Must know fishing tips and tricks. So that's something that is an evergreen piece of content, which means over months it can continue to get even more and more and more views, which is great. Learn a lot of this looks like it's evergreen, which is awesome. Evergreen is awesome because there are evergreen channels can sometimes take breaks and not lose a lot of views, whereas channels that are living more in like the kind of browse feed, so to speak, where it's news related or something that's kind of hot and heavy, that you get all the views in like a week maybe, and then after that it's dead. Whereas a channel like this, the vast majority of this is just always going to be getting views, which is awesome.
I'm looking at this thumbnail in particular in that I understand that there's a bit of branding going on here with the text that's clear to read, no problem there. But I just think this one, I look at the thumbnail and think, oh my goodness, that is a huge haul or catch. I've never seen that many fish.
That's awesome.
Or tuna in one thumbnail. And I was thinking, like, just imagine if you remove the text, you zoomed in on all of these people, and the title was something along the lines of, like, we just caught 600 pounds of tuna.
Well, it's definitely more than 600 pounds there, but
whatever. Like it's an impressive. That is impressive in itself, and like that has a wow factor.
I agree.
And instead, it's kind of hidden behind trip recap part 2, tips to land your biggest blue tuna. Oh, that could be it. Tips to land your biggest bluefin tuna. And instead of this, it's just like a weight size, and it's like you zoomed in.
Yeah, it's like a huge fish with the mouth open. Yeah, I mean, like there's all different things. Like that video might actually be more successful than it is now. Might actually being held back by its title and thumbnail right now. Possibly.
And this is where we, fortunately now we have a beauty of A/B thumbnail testing, where you can use your existing thumbnail style, but then try something else different. I think this is another one as well. Giant foam bites. Like there's a lot of action going on in the sea there.
Yeah.
I don't think 3-day trip recap part 1 is required again. That just is very superfluous. You can mention that at the beginning of the video, like once we get into it.
Yeah.
But there's a big audience here, Travis. 5,000 subscribers, but each video is getting that many views, if not more. So I'm going to do your trick here, and let's just go into the comments, and we'll maybe find out a bit more.
Yeah,
Oh,
where
and
people-
that's first shot. These establishing shots
are great. Look at that.
That is quality. That
This is
is
why they're getting the views. This is literally why they're getting. It looks like a TV show.
And this isn't even with the sound on. We've got some rock music there. Cool.
It's awesome. This is like a TV show. The footage of the baseball. Look at this. Another great vid. You put out the best YouTube. Yeah. Epic drone work. Yeah. They're putting in time. This is not your normal fishing channel. They're like, yeah, we're having fun here on the lake. We're doing, we're having a great time. And it's like, and the deadliest catch going on. It's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So I think this challenge is all about the experience. I think what I am a little disappointed in here, actually, Travis, is the engagement. I would have hoped for more than 50 comments, some of which they're replies to as well. So
yeah.
Maybe there's an opportunity here to make the viewer feel more invested and make it more personal, whether it's like you're asking them questions or you're sharing a story that resonates with the audience in the content. That might be something to work on a little bit, just to build up the loyalty.
Yes.
Because I'm going to click here. I'm feeling as if it's a potential business that can be built out here. There's no
100%.
affiliate links here or anything. And so there might be missing opportunities there as well.
Yeah, they should be doing all that. Yeah. This channel could be really something special.
I'm trying to avoid the goriness here, but
yeah, got nice timestamps for everything. It's just really well done.
All
Amazing
right,
stuff. Yep, next.
Good stuff.
Got a little bit of time left.
About there. Doing shorts as well. I could maybe do some more shorts, but yeah, we'll move on. There's a bit of graphic stuff there, and I don't want to focus on that. Anyway, I forgot my drum roll, so this is going to be way too late.
Dieter Van Box Dalali.
Dieter Van Box.
Oh, I thought he was a dieter. Like like he eats. He doesn't eat as much, but maybe his name is Dieter. I think it's better if he's a dieter, though.
Okay, so it's
what kind of
this
food do you eat?
dude. And
let me save these calories.
Ah,
no way. We can't find him, huh?
What do I do here?
Try
Dieter Van.
How could it not come up? That doesn't even make any sense. Like it should come up for something.
Bit weird.
Oh. Yeah, blown away here. I'm
trying my best. I'll try just by surname.
Yeah, last name maybe. I don't know. He's the unfindable, like Calvin the Unfindable. Remember that?
I do.
Calvin can tell you all about it. This is a problem. This is definitely a problem for the channel. You got to figure out something that's gonna be able to be found.
I'll try one more time as a full name, but I do apologize.
That's weird. That's not something that should happen, but definitely an issue for sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We can't find your channel.
All right. But that to me, that's the feedback you need. If we can't find your channel, we know exactly what it's called. People who maybe saw a video of yours randomly, came up on their, they'll never find you. So yeah, you 100% need to figure that out.
The Keymkrz.
Sure.
Lacking vowels.
Okay.
We find them immediately.
There we go. Yeah, with 85 subs, we were finding everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
deep breath.
See, here's the thing. I thought when I first seen it was going to be a music channel, but then I saw the logo and then I was like, oh, they're making actual keys. But no, it is music.
All right. So I remember back in the days when we had somebody on staff who had a music channel, which was fairly successful. And I always remember this as one recommendation they made to me was, if you're making musical content, search is really important. You want to be discoverable.
Mm-hmm.
And so that will rely to some extent on the title. Now, you are including the hashtag hip hop, but I would be more inclined to just have hip hop music as maybe the beginning of your title and keep the hashtag in the description, because that means it's still searchable. Because your content is not really discoverable by the name of the track. and who it's produced by. So I think the opportunity would be being missed a little bit there, because everything is getting less than 100 views here, Travis, from what I can see. I mean,
yeah, I hate having to try to figure out how to help music channels. I really do. Not because I don't like the channels.
This is something we do struggle with.
I do have a problem trying to like give good advice, because you can't do a lot of the tricks that you can for regular channels, quote unquote regular channels.
So that is why I go back to this default recommendation of try and think less about the track and the artist, because the audience just isn't going to be aware of that person given the size of your channel right now, and focus more on how can this content be more discoverable. So that's one way. The thumbnails obviously aren't thumbnails. I think they're just freeze frames from the track themselves. So you may want to create some form of template that kind of emphasizes more, again, the genre of the content. And the final thing is, all of these are individual tracks from what I can see. They're all like 2 minutes. Oh, there is one here. So yeah, you might want to try do more of this as well, where you get a compilation of similar genre tracks. It looks as if they're all hip hop anyway, and then putting them into these longer videos rather than a playlist. Just have it all in one video.
So I
I'd recommend.
I always had 2 pieces of advice from music channels, always the same, and they're actually not bad. Number one is once you understand the type of music you're making and the type of content might be good for it, look for YouTube channels that use music like yours, and then reach out to the creator and say, hey, I have music, it's on my channel. If you would link to it, you can use it in the backgrounds of your videos, and I won't copyright claim you or whatever. And then the other thing is you can actually submit to the YouTube music thing where they allow people to use it for the background stuff. That way you get a little bit more exposure.
Nice additional suggestions there, Travis. And let's now audit another channel, which I'm a little worried might be another music channel.
Oh, it's Amigal stuff. That's cool. Amigal stuff.
All right, so new to YouTube. Something's gone wrong here. Why is it chopping off the thumbnails? Let's refresh the page. There we go. So this is, I'm going to date myself and be out of touch with the entirety of the internet here, but Omegle is where you have like, is it like people are randomly paired together and have conversations and stuff?
Yeah, one of my favorite creators on YouTube, Harry Mack, who's a freestyle rapper and incredibly talented, goes on Omegle all the time. And because he doesn't look like a rapper at all, like he'll get paired up with people like, hey, I want to do this freestyle rap for you. And they're like, people are like, okay, whatever. And then of course these videos go viral because he's absolutely insane. And so there's a whole a whole niche of people that kind of do, like they have lots of skills. So they go into Omegle and they record the reactions of people hearing these things that they're like, holy crap, you're super good at this or whatever it is.
I think the template is here for me to do this. I pretended to be blank, emoji you want, and then Omegle pranks or Omegle reactions moments. I can't think of a better way to, because that title just makes sense to me immediately. Whereas these other ones, Bunny sings on Omegle and shocks people. I don't know who Bunny is. Singing on Omi TV, insane reactions, insane pranks, and unbelievable singing on Omi. Those are all like a little more wordy. Whereas that I pretended to be just creates a thought in my head already about what this video is going to be like. So double down on this idea, not necessarily exactly the same concept of being a worse singer. It could be the best singer, or it could be like singing a genre you're not familiar with, or doing singing tracks with the wrong instrument or the wrong octave. All of those different kind of ideas thrown into this title concept of I pretended to be blank on this platform.
Love it.
I'm going to assume the silence from Travis means that he
I
likes
agree.
that. And that brings us to the conclusion of another Tuesday Channel Audit live stream.
I just realized we got to do this again tomorrow.
We?
It's not here. Yeah, me and you. Don't worry, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I need to remind myself of that. That is, of course, something a little more exclusive and private. You can find out more if you sign up to vidIQ and the Boost program. I always give whatever my co-hosts are on the shows a quick 30 seconds to say goodbye and recommend where viewers might want to go next. So, Travis, where should the vidIQ family and community go next?
Two things. Number one, Deadpool Wolverine was an amazing movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. And you should go check out the Boost here on YouTube. The Boost, if you actually click, I think even on our About page or something, our channel page, I think there's a link to it where Jen and I do the podcast for Tube Talk, and we have lots of fun, lots of cool stuff.
Thank you, Travis, for stepping in again on this live stream. We will be back tomorrow if you want to get some thumbnail audits from John. And there's lots of cool videos coming out. I think I've done one for tomorrow, which you might find interesting. Some more YouTube updates. Other than that, see you soon.